Hello, everyone, and welcome to this video. My name is Massimo, and today we will talk about a great question that comes to us a lot. And what is online proofing? So, online proofing is the process of sharing content for feedback and approval. It's very popular with marketing departments, with agencies, with design studios, video production companies, and especially for remote teams in the last couple of years. And it's especially useful for reviewing any type of work, especially creative types of work. So, before we kind of dive into the whole process and how it works, let's actually take a look at what problems online proofing can help us solve. And for that, we're gonna roll the clock back in time. And so, stick around. All right, so let's talk a little bit about traditional versus online proofing of today. So obviously, back in the 1960s, we had the Mad Men sort of setup, right, where everyone was wearing the suits, the pomade, the whiskey. Everybody was drinking whiskey, smoking cigars, and basically giving the feedback in a room full of people. And the only way you could actually give feedback on creative work was with printing the actual ad and then pointing at that. But of course, like you probably say like, yeah, that's not how it works anymore, and you're perfectly correct. And actually, email was something that really revolutionized everything. And in a way, we think that it saved the day, but actually, it didn't, because in a traditional sense, with email, everything is shared over attachments. So, just think about Gmail when you're trying to put a screenshot or an image in there. Sometimes Gmail doesn't accept anything above 25 megabytes, so you're compressing everything. You're sending transfer links that expire. You're sending presentations in there. Then most probably you don't even know, which version is the latest one. There's also been problems with agencies that, reviewers need to be chased after missing, emails or forgetting to give feedback. When they do give feedback, usually it's like shared with, time codes, screenshots, and then like very long descriptions. So it's a back and forth that is quite unnecessary in this day and age, and also causes a lot of pain and a lot of miscommunication between not only your team members but with external agencies, and also the stakeholders as well in your company. So with online proofing, you can actually, give feedback straight away on top of your content. So like whether it's video, whether it's text, whether it's websites that you're working on, it's basically given right there on the spot. All the comments from anyone that needs to review the actual project or approve it is actually present within the same projects. So everyone's on the same page and everyone can just discuss about it in real time. And with versions, you don't need to worry about that either, because everything is organized automatically. So everyone knows which one is the latest version to work with. And, you don't have to chase anyone by email, because, there's automatic reminders to make sure that feedback arrives in time. So that's pretty much the difference. And now let's go to the nitty gritty. So, what are 6 steps to make faster content reviews? Let's dive in. All right, guys, welcome back. So, what are the 6 steps for faster content reviews? So, the very first step that we would need to do is to create a new project. So, actually, we can do that by clicking the green button on the top left hand side where it says create a new project. And we'll basically add our naming convention along with a specific folder to share. So as soon as we click this create a project, it'll take us here to the dashboard. And so the dashboard in file stage is basically an idea of how your whole review process looks like. So You can invite teammates as collaborators so they can also manage the project. And the dashboard will show you things like who has approved each file, how many versions have been shared, which files have feedback that's ready to be worked on, how many comments there are, and who still needs to submit a review decision. So after you've basically given your project a name, the next thing would be to set up a review step and invite reviewers. So as you can see on the Awesome Demo project, we have different review steps set up. And each review step represents a group of stakeholders that need to review and approve your work. And these can actually be customized for each project. There's actually two main ways to run your review steps. So one of them is in a sequence. So basically, as you can see here with the asset that's package design, the first step would be to review with marketing and creative, and then passing it to the account team. But then you can also do a parallel type of feedback, which is more involving multiple groups at once, and then applying the changes at the same time. And so then once you've basically done that, you can set up due dates. So as you can see here, I can change it to the 12th, click done. And then the members that are basically in this review step will be notified that they need to review this project automatically. Step 3, you could actually upload files with different types of file types, and that's what makes FileStage really versatile. So one of the ways you can do that is to click the green button here where it says upload files, and you can choose anything that's basically on your computer. You could use drag and drop. And also, if you're working with HTML type of content or links or URLs, you can actually use the import website. So this is specifically useful if, let's say, you're working for a website development job, as well as anything that comes with Dropbox, let's say, or Google Drive. FileStage can accommodate that as well. So next, we will actually check out the step number 4, which is collect feedback from your reviewers. And so you set up the review steps, you basically uploaded your content, you set the due dates. Now we basically soak in the feedback. So as you can see on the left-hand side, we have Ivona, Radu that have already added their 2 cents on the actual project. And if I click on the actual video here, we'll see it playing, and I can add a comment anywhere I want and basically add a little bit more context as to what I would like to change. And so for this particular video, I can add a text-based comment. So I can say something like, it's a bit blurry here. Can we edit this? And tag team member, and just basically click save. I can even add attachments and so on and so forth. Also, we can add emojis to convey emotions, which is also really cool as well. And then we click save. And so basically, this helps us to kind of get feedback in the same place. And it's actually really easy to also reply to different comments and keeping everything in the same project. Now, step number 5 is actually to collaborate until you get approval. So you've got the feedback on the first version, and this is where the creative proofing process usually goes into chaos. But actually, it's very easy in FileStage because once I've added Ivona and Radu, and I really need them to basically ask for changes to be made or to approve the file, you can actually see that with a click of a button, and even just by visibly looking near at their pictures on the top right here. And as you can see, there's an orange bubble, and basically it says that the changes are requested by both of them at this date. So it has not yet been approved. If something is approved, it'll usually turn up as green. And lastly, step number 6. So repeat for the remaining review steps. So if you like your content proofing process in sequence, So as you can see here, marketing, creative, and the account team, and then sharing it with the client. The only thing that you have left to do is get approval in the remaining steps. So how do you do that? Well, let's say that this has been approved. You can actually start the review process by just clicking right here. And this will automatically share the latest version of the content with the people in that review step. So in the case of Nicholas and Ethan, and basically then they'll collect feedback, collaborate, and repeat until you get approval in all your review steps.